What is up, guys? Brix here, back with week 6 of building the Umbaran Airbase in LEGO. Hopefully in this week's segment we're going to get the majority of the fence and road finished off. I have ordered a bunch of parts, so hopefully at some point this week they will be arriving. But without further ado, make sure to please drop a like and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. We'll get right into this week's segment. Another package has just arrived, so I'm going to get right into opening up that. So as you can see here, I picked up, I think, 60 of these 1x1 bricks with the stud on each side. These are for this week's segment, which is where we are going to be obviously building up some of the fences. Did also pick up a bunch of these 1x1 trans-red plates, and then a couple more 1x1 plates in there. So starting off this week's segment, I do have a bunch more of these coming in at some point this week. But for now, I'm going to start work on building, I believe it's 8 more of these sections here that I do need. So I'm going to head right into a time lapse of me doing that. So as you can see, all these bottom ones are finished, apart from 3 of those snot bricks that I need to find in a dark bluish grey. And then I have actually placed an order for these, but they're taking an extremely long time to order. It's been about 2 weeks now for these electronic pieces to arrive. But apart from that, I just have to order a bunch more of, obviously, 10 more of these 1x snot bricks, because I do need another one of these columns for the end to obviously make it look like it does go the entire way around. So I'm going to do a quick time lapse of actually putting these on. Now with that time lapse done, as you can see, again, there are a couple pieces to go in there. We've got the final pillar, which is going to be exactly like that. So there's going to be like a pillar and then the things going off both sides of that there, and then that will be finished. But you're also probably wondering, where has the road actually gone? Now I have still got all of the parts built. It's just I have put in a bunch of white brick here, and I do plan on doing that on that area there as well. Now, I actually have come up with a slight redesign. So basically, I've built this little bit of panel here, if that makes sense, or a bit of road with tiles on both sides. And that's going to go down the middle of the 2 edges, which I think is going to fit much better than it did before. And then we obviously are going to need a slope there, which I do actually have built here. So this is just going to be connected with some modified tiles, and they're just gonna slip on there like so, and that fits in there perfectly. And then we're gonna have that there, and then the rest of the road going around here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the road in roughly how I want it to look like. And with that in, that is obviously a couple parts that I still do need to order, as in those 2 there as well. But I do think this is looking good. I am just struggling on a way of how I'm gonna fill in these gaps here, and here. Thinking about using these little slopes here, the cheese grater slopes, but I don't know if they're steep enough for some of them. They do fit there, as you can see, but it's just finding out how I'm going to do that. Now for all of this, as you can see here, this is all white underneath, but here is actually a yellow brick, and you can quite clearly see that through there. You've got the white here, makes it look nice, and then you've got the yellow and red in that gap. So I am obviously going to go ahead and change out those really quickly. Now I still obviously have to do this area, but all of that is now pretty much done. I didn't really bother doing that bit, because obviously that's where the road goes up to, so only really the middle needs to look good, and I think I've been able to do that quite well there. So I'm going to quickly do this area here as well. And with that pretty much finished, that doesn't really need to be filled in, because the thing should just about cover it there. I might have to change that And with that done, I think that is looking much better there. Again, I was able to finish up all the gaps there. As you can see, it does slot in quite nicely. But as you can see, hopefully by the end of this week's segment, these parts that I need will have arrived. Now, one thing I did also do is I placed this little snot contraption down here. Now, as you can see with this piece, the bottom part of it is actually round. So I'm planning basically the Technic pin will fit into there, hopefully into the Technic brick at the bottom, and then should fit into this circular area here. Now, I'm going to have a couple of these dotted around. I've ordered, I think, 10 of those pieces. So hopefully I should be able to basically get as many of those in as I can. Over there is going to be the big one towards the back, where I think it was 5 in Echo climb over into the actual airbase as sort of like a seed I'm planning on having over there. But another thing I want to do this week is get as much of that done as possible. Now, splitting the mock apart, this is exactly what I want it to do. This part is nicely attached almost, and when I've split the mock apart, this hasn't completely collapsed. Obviously, this little part has and can be connected down somehow maybe, but that can always be packed away in a box because it's not really the hardest part to connect and disconnect. But I can also, because it's just bricks, I can also take that part off, which is again fine. So I'm happy with how that has turned out. So I've just put that half of the mock down there for now, so I can actually access this area a little bit better. So as you can see, I did make a lot more progress, mainly in this area here. I've made that nice and stable now. I've also added in some normal brick here to make that lovely and stable. There is like a half a plate gap here, which is really frustrating. I might use some door pieces in black to go in there, although when you look out, you can't really see it that much, thankfully. I did also manage to fill in all this. I have ordered these 3 for here. I did also manage to find a couple more of these for another one here. And I was also able to find 2 more of those. So this is coming along really well, and I really do like how this is looking. And I'm going to put another one of these in this gap here. So I was able to pretty much finish this area off. I'm surprised I didn't have any more of these black arches, although I don't know where I got the other 3 from, but I am going to have to order one of those, although that is looking pretty good in there. I have taken off some of the electric pieces just to work out how far apart they're going to go. So I've actually ordered the wrong pieces now, because basically there was this small gap, and obviously this is supposed to be a full circle, so no point in just like stopping there and there being a gap. So I thought I may as well go up there. I am planning on putting one in here somewhere too. So you've got a big one here, slightly smaller one there, and then some around that, probably around there, to be honest. And as you can see, I have quickly added that in there. But overall, I think this is looking really good now. Again, we've just got those pieces to order, and those are actually on the way, which is good. Still got to figure out how I'm going to fix these gaps and such here. Again, found a bunch more brick, which was really helpful, but I am really happy with how this turned out. I did also order, I think it was 400 1x2 tiles, so that should hopefully get all of this done and the majority of this done. And if not, again, I can just order more pieces. Now, another package has just arrived. Now, I am pretty sure this is for UMBARA, so I'm going to quickly go ahead and get right into that. So as you can see, we do have the parts list there, but I picked up a bunch of 1x4 bricks there, as you can see, as well as some 1x4 black slopes in there. Again, it's black, so it is quite hard to see. And I picked up a bunch of these 1x2 black bricks. Then in here I picked up 32 of these 1x4 trans light blue tiles, as well as some more 1x2 and 1x1 bricks in there. Some more slopes and various different things to help finish off the road in there as well. So as you can see, 3 more packages have arrived. However, I'm going to get right into opening up those. So as you can see, the only piece I ordered was this black lipstick piece. As you can see, there are a couple other pieces that obviously are not for UMBARA. These are for a couple side projects that I'm working on. So moving on to the last parcel. So as you can see, there is another little thank you note in there, so go ahead and check out them. But as you can see in here, there is a bunch of different pieces. Now, the majority of these, there is 200 1x2 black tiles, as well as a bunch more of the electricity pieces to finish off the fence, as well as a couple dark blue pieces here and there, and a couple other pieces in here as well. But that is pretty much everything for this week's segment. So that pretty much wraps it up for this week's segment. I do hope you all enjoyed. I am really happy with all the progress that we did get done. Obviously, the fence and the road, which are looking really good. But sadly, we didn't fully finish off the fence, which hopefully in next week's segment we are going to be finishing off. But make sure to please like and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. And most importantly, take care, guys.